today we are going to be going over a revised top 5 most overpowered class setups in Cold War right now. If you guys do enjoy this kind of content, make sure to drop a like on it, and that way I know this is the kind of content you want to continue to see, and make sure to subscribe to make your way back to the channel. So this is no particular order, and we're going to start off with the AK74U. Now I'm going to provide you guys with an 8 attachment setup and then dwindle it down to a 5 attachment setup to give you guys more options depending on what your taste is. So the thing that's really great about the 74U is its versatility. No matter how you build it, you can make it as overpowered as possible, whether you want to play stealth, you want to play aggressive, or you just want to have fun with it and use attachments that you don't normally use. It's still going to be a really great weapon. So this build is specifically made to make it as overpowered as possible with absolutely no room for weaknesses. So for the muzzle, we are putting on the KGB Eliminator. So this one gives you that muzzle flash concealment as well as that vertical recoil control, and that muzzle flash concealment is just enough so that you quickly ping on the minimap, and the enemy would literally have to be looking at that minimap very frequently in order to see you ping on the minimap. So it in a way, it does keep you stealth, and also it gives you that great 17% of vertical recoil control, which is going to be very important because the next attachment is we're going to be using the Task Force barrel. So this is going to give you that max damage, effective damage range, and bullet velocity. So this is a very important barrel attachment in my opinion because of that bullet velocity and effective damage range. Now the 8% damage is fairly unnoticeable. It's kind of there, but not really. But mainly we're here for the effective damage range and bullet velocity. Those are two very important key factors for winning gunfights. As you can see, there are a couple cons here, but that's why we are going to be mitigating that with future attachments, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So the next attachment is going to be the KGB Designator. So with this one, we get that 60% of reveal distance, but we must be aiming down sights. Now, I used to use the Tiger Team Spotlight, which gives you 40% reveal distance, but it does come with a con, and I don't want any weaknesses whatsoever when I try to put on these attachments. So 60% reveal distance with no weaknesses whatsoever, I'm in, man. All I got to do is just ADS, which I do anyway when I'm turning around every corner or going into a new area. It still gives me a lot of information with no cost of any cons. Underbarrel, 100%, we've got to use the Spetsnaz grip. This gives you vertical recoil control as well as that horizontal recoil control that we need because of the cons that are on the barrel that we're using. All right, so for the magazine, we are running with the 50 round fast mag. So with the magazine, you could really go with whatever you want. It really depends on how your playstyle is, whether you're slow or fast pace. If you're a faster pace, you definitely want to go with the 50 round fast mag. If you're a slower pace, you can go with a 40 round speed mag. Handle is going to be the GRU elastic wrap. This one's going to give us more ADS and flinch resistance and the ability to go prone while aiming down sight. And for the stock, we're going to be using the KGB skeletal stock, more sprint to fire time, and aim walking movement speed. Now, if you notice, I did not put an optic simply because I do like the iron sights on the AK74U. However, if you do want to use an optic, you can use whatever you want, whatever you're comfortable with. But I really strongly advise that you use just the iron sights. It just feels a lot more natural that way. And if you're going to be running a 5 attachment setup, you could remove the body, and then you could also remove the stock. So all we did was remove the optic, body, and the stock. Everything else you definitely want to run on your 74U. Moving on here to the next class setup. So this is another popular weapon that is very similar to the 74U. We're talking about the AK47. Breaking news, my code turbo at gfuel.com is now 30% off until January 18th. If you use my code and you actually buy something, you show me a screenshot either on Instagram or Twitter, I will follow you back for supporting Turbo Nation. All right, I'm back to the video. Now, the AK47 is pretty much the bigger brother of the 74U, and it's the same thing. You could outfit it any way you want to. You can apply any playstyle you want. You can mess around with the different attachments, and it will still be a very effective and fast killing machine. So for the muzzle, we're using the suppressor for that 100% muzzle flash concealment, and the cons are not too bad. It's only 15% of bullet velocity and effective damage range, and we can easily mitigate that by putting on the VDV reinforced, making it a pretty balanced setup thus far. And for the body, we are going to be using the KGB target designator once again. And for the underbarrel, we are using the bruiser grip. So this is going to give us a lot more speed on our side. We're going to be able to run faster, sprint faster, and ADS faster. So this is all very important stuff if you want to win gunfights. Magazine is going to be that 50 round fast mag. Again, it's an option. You can use whatever you want to depending on your pace of playstyle. And for the handle, we are using the groove elastic wrap. Stock is going to be the KGB skeletal stock. So it's a very similar setup to the 74U, as you can see. But if you want to run only 5 attachments, that's okay. It will still be as effective. You can just remove the stock, you can remove the body and the optic, and there you have it. You already have 5 attachments and you got room for 6 perks if you want to go that route. All right, so moving on to the next fastest killing SMG. So as you can see, we're moving from SMG to assault rifle to SMG because that's really what the meta is in the game. It's either someone's using an SMG or an assault rifle. So for the MAC-10, this is one of the most probably overpowered SMGs in the game, and very unfair at that extremely high fire rate, but at the cost of, you know, running out of your ammo and also just a tiny bit of recoil. But this class setup definitely does help out in those departments. All right, so for the muzzle, we're using the 100% muzzle flash concealment in the sound suppressor attachment, or you could go with the SOCOM eliminator. This is actually not a bad attachment as well. This one helps out with more vertical recoil control. If you do have problems with controlling the recoil control, you can go with either or. It really just depends on your experience level, and also how you use the weapon is very important. This is exclusively for engagements of up to 20 meters, so that's very close range, and that's why controlling that recoil could be harder for some, and for some it could be easier. So it just really depends. So sound suppressor or SOCOM eliminator. Now for the barrel, we're using the 6.1 inch heavy reinforced barrel, and this one is going to give us more effective damage range and more bullet velocity, very important in SMGs. However, if you want to go a different route, you could use the Task Force barrel for more of each, but keep in mind those cons are going to be very, very noticeable with the vertical and horizontal recoil control. Now for the body, we're using the soft target designator once again. Underbarrel is going to be the field agent grip. This one, very, very important. I know I've used this on other class setups, but none other than the MAC-10 is this going to be more important. So that's why we got to have that recoil control as much as possible. The magazine is going to be the Salvo 53 round fast mag. You go through bullets like crazy. That's why you need as much ammo as possible. And the airborne elastic wrap for the handle, and the stock is going to be the Raider stock. So once again, you can remove the stock, you can remove the body, and you can remove the optic. So this will give you a pretty good class setup ready for 6 perks. All right, moving on. So we got the XM4, one of my personal favorite assault rifles in the game. Also has one of the fastest time to kills in the game as well. If you guys didn't know that, that's why the XM4 is one of the most popular guns in the game. All right, so for the optic, I actually use an optic on this one. So I use the mill-stop reflex, but you could use whatever you want to, whatever you're comfortable with. Muzzle is going to be the SOCOM eliminator. Barrel is going to be the 13.5 inch Task Force barrel, and the body is going to be the soft target designator. Once again, underbarrel is going to be field agent grip. Magazine is going to be that Salvo 50 round fast mag. Handle is going to be airborne elastic wrap, and stock is going to be the Raider pad. Now again, if you want to go with 5 attachments and 6 perks, just remove the stock, remove the body, and you can remove the optic, and it'll be just fine, just like this. Last but not least, we have the MP5. Now, I was debating between the Krig 6 or the MP5, but honestly, especially with the playlists that are out right now, which are very close range oriented, like Raid, Nuketown, for example, or Crossroads, you know, these are all very close engagement type of maps, and using SMGs are definitely going to give you the upper hand because they've got faster time to kills at closer ranges, and also there are faster ADS, and that's going to be very important at close range engagements as well. So for the MP5 again is one of the fastest killing SMGs in the game. Muzzle is going to be the sound suppressor. Barrel is going to be the 9.5 inch reinforced heavy barrel. Body is going to be the soft target designator. Underbarrel is going to be the foregrip. And this time it's a little different because the MP5 recoil control, if you've ever seen the recoil pattern of the MP5, it zigzags left to right. That's a horizontal issue right there. So that's why if you put on the foregrip, that will help out in that department and make your shots a little bit more lined up. Magazine is going to be the Salvo 40 round fast mag, and handle is going to be the airborne elastic wrap, and stock is going to be the Raider stock. Once again, I am not using an optic. If you want to use 6 perks with only 5 attachments, you could remove the body and also remove the stock, and there you have your MP5 setup right there. All right, so we're moving pretty quickly there at the end, but in my opinion, these 5 class setups are definitely the most dominant at the moment right now, especially with what the playlists are looking like in the game. So yeah, guys, if you guys did find this video helpful and you want to see more videos like this, leaving a like goes a long way, because I know that this is the kind of content you want to continue to see. So in the future, I will know that I need to update these kind of videos every so now often to keep you guys in the loop of what's the best weapons and class setups to use. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a video for whenever that happens. And join Turbo Nation today, make it official, and turn on notifications. And yeah, let's get it, baby. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's go. Yo, what's going on, guys? If you guys are trying to stay connected with me, drop me a follow on Twitter at RealTurboMan right here. Also, if you're on Instagram, I'm also on Instagram as well. Hit me up at RealTurboman_. And lastly, I am on Twitch if you want to catch me live, twitch.tv/TurbomanTTV. Let's get it, baby.